down. 185.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Tell me what you got. What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
On second down, it's Bell. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. It's more coming. It's more where I came from.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll go for it with Bell. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Hey. You got 3. You got 3. 3 down. 3 down.
52. Hey, exit.
Wentz now on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. 180. Great 57.
Check 99.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd.
Here we go. 280.
Check. All day, every day, any day.
Run.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. Touchdown, Philadelphia! As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. This is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Santos with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. This one fielded at the 5. Able to slither by. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Bell. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Slam, slam, slam.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
He's 734.
Begin.
At the 38-yard line.
Run. Woo! Right there. All day, baby.
Go Chiefs.
Mike 51.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
And it's 3rd down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Raiders, nothing.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tighten up. Express.
Show it up. Alert 3.
Letter 9. Express. 734.
57's Mike 57.
Hey, Delta.
Win championships, baby.
From the gun, it's Carr. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, that kind of catch is supposed to pay off with at least a first down, isn't it?
Instead, he'll just add it to his highlight reel, but they don't pick up the first.
Yeah, he gets the yardage, he gets the catch, but now they have a decision to make.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
I can't believe they even let you play. Jim.
Sunday. What's up?
Throwing on 2nd down. Wentz on the screen. This is Eckler. And down he'll go at the 25.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9.
Don't get nervous. You go tight. You got tight right there. Joker, 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 Joker.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Trevor Daniel. Back deep, Antonio Brown. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget Paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
He was brought down by Bud Dupree. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Get down, get down. You're mine.
53, line 53. Rip right.
Hey, orbit.
53 is the line. Yeah, double. Slam. Watch it.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check hot route.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Going on the ground with Eckler. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Check 31. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check, check, check.
They go with Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Haywood!
Guys, game situation. Let's go.
Now they'll throw with Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Express!
50. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Carr going to throw. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
White.
He's coming. We got double up. Under 10. 10.
Express. Roy.
Again, it's Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st down, Raiders.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Bell. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want...
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, Lou. Here. Hey, rip 5-2 on here.
Now Wentz. He sets to fire deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense? Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Bell trying to run inside, but nothing there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. They'll go again with Bell. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. Brought down by Nate Gehrig.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Once again, it's Jacobs, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Heavy.
Check 99. Check 99. Check 52. Check
Express.
Lucky.
93. 93.
53 for Mike.
Later 2.
Bound to lose one. Whip. Watch the whip. 49. Check
80 weapon.
49. Check 26. Check 26.
Out of the pistol, it's Bell. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
We're going to work.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get to normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Let's get it.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
You're mine.
They'll run it with Bell. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Get him, boy.
Express.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
637.
Here's Bell. Well, the lane closes quickly for Bell, and he did not make it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Switch. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Greystone, travel. White Monday down. 808. Hey, wahoo! What's up?
They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that is incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Eagles defense able to hold. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
He's crashing. He's
trying. Raider 1. Hey, Echo.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
29.
Hey, we got Mike.
Express.
53. I'm coming for you, son.
Throwing now is Carr. This will be caught by Brown. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Chief.
I'm coming.
93.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Bell trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Third down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. To throw his car. Got a man. It's Brown. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
We got to step it up. Joker. Save.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Jacobs now, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Raider 1st down, 17 yards.
What down?
It's a gain of 17 yards.
It's just me and you.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. A gain there of 21 yards.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we're good. You ready?
Rush in. Watch out.
Who's playing Chief? Here we go. Let's go.
Running is Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more.
5.
57's right. Let's go, defense.
White.
36.
Purdue.
Check 24. Check 31. Here comes up.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Jordan Evans. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Eagles, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for Oakland, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'm a